We're Jimmy and Johnny Lewis, and we are the two old farts traveling. Sometimes we're traveling, sometimes we're just old farts. Deck of the USS North Carolina. Based on the position of the superstructure, I would say this is the bow, but I can't tell. This is a little rescue plane. Send him over side to pick up sailors in the water. Now this is USS North Carolina 1908. However, that was when it was first, that was a previous iteration of this thing. This particular ship, you don't call these guys boats anymore at this size. This particular ship hit the water in April of 1940, but was not commissioned until June of 1942. So it had already had 2 captains prior to it was on the second captain when it went to water. I went to be commissioned and enter World War II. All wooden hull or wooden deck ships, which they realized very quickly with airplanes that they couldn't have a wooden deck on an aircraft carrier. This is a battleship, not an aircraft carrier. Okay, so some of these ships had 3 kingfishers on the fantail. This is the stern of the boat, not the bow. Kingfishers are the ones that pull the sailors out of the water. Named after the bird that does that. This is the crane that hoist the kingfisher plane down into the water. And when it comes back to roost, it'll sit out there in the water. And the crane turns around, picks it up, puts it back up there where it's supposed to be. Usually with the rescued pilots hanging to the wings or something. Display. It's effectively in dry dock, even though it's not dry. All that's mud. Surrounded by water. At some point, they may have to pull this thing out and turn it into a reef. So they have to keep the water near it. Tell me this is not the bow of the ship. Sure looks like the bow of the ship to me, but yet they called it the fantail. Yellow and black is supposed to warn people not to duck their heads. Usually I don't have to pay any attention to it, but I think I do in this. We are in the gun turret. These giant, massive 16-inch guns that we just looked at. Do not ask how we got in here, because my knees would have to raise holy cane, but that's where one guy would sit and shoot one. And there were 2 others. See, they got fans in here. They knew we were coming. Oh. Yeah, they knew we were coming. Oh my God. What are we doing in here? Now what's this? Is this the... This is like a viewfinder. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bell. Alright, this is a periscope. See if we can see a building across the street over there. Kinda. And here's their first computer. By a Mark III Mod 1 computer by Ford Instrument Company. Each turret had a backup fire control computer. The operator could operate the train and elevation of the guns. The BB-55, that's what this ship is, was the first battleship to have Mark III computers. Cool. So I guess that's where they put that 16-pounder or 16-inch bullet. And Louis is contemplating having to climb those steps. I think we're going to need more than a couple of Aleve when we get home. A piece. One for each leg. Now, I don't know if that picture is of the guy that ran this particular department or somebody that, his brother maybe. There's another bullet. Or if it was somebody else that worked with him and he got killed. We're getting all sorts of views from all sorts of angles. As long as there's a glass door, they'll let us look in it. I guess this is where they had church on Sunday or whenever they had time to. In the mess. I don't know why they called where the guys ate the mess, but that's what it's called. Ship's mess. Crew's mess, captain's mess, or officer's mess. This is the bread room. This is where they bake all the bread. Wasted space on a ship, just like on a submarine. Trays go to the ceiling or as high as they can. They bake and put them up, and I can't believe this one. It looks good though. Now I understand why my father always held his bread up to the light. It says one of the big problems the bake shop had was the bugs in the flour. The hot conditions and the moisture made it a great home for the bugs to live in the flour. They baked the bread with the bugs, and we had to hold bread up to the light to pick the bugs out before we ate it. I made 360 pies per shift on this thing. 3 shifts a day. You can hardly hear the radio over there. They had one radio station per ship, and they played whatever they needed to keep the guys happy. This is another galley. A galley is a kitchen. All those are giant pots to steam their stuff in. And of course, you know you're on a ship when you have a decoration like that. Small dough maker. And these are all the steam tables. Avery, don't you want to serve a whole bunch of people this way? The griddle for tons of pancakes and eggs and bacon and stuff.
Steaks too.
And some steaks. Those are the giant pots. that they cook potatoes and beans and peas and whatever else in. Corn. Those are ovens. Avery, that is a potato peeler.
Is that one? It's a what? Potato peeler?
There's an extension of the thing, of the mess. But here's where the word scuttlebutt comes from. That's where the trays, clean trays come out, and here's the scullery. This is where everything got washed. So needless to say, the scullery work was not done by hand as it had been in the past. This ship only had 6 barbers to keep 2,300 men clipped close. Keep all the hairs cut. Exactly a wishing well, but people drop their pennies just as well. This is the butcher shop. It's where all the meat is cut up. And this is the provision room where all the coffee is divvied out and the cornstarch and the flour and whatever else.
Every time you saw it.
Of course, well, it's the same way that we watch them. Ship's beds stacked, what is that, 5 high? That's your only piece of ground that you can claim your own in one of these things. Jeez. And that's your locker that you probably had to share with somebody else. This is called airing the bedding. Take it outside, hang it over the railing, strap it down. Can you imagine taking a bath or pee in front of everybody else in the place? This is all the room you had. And your toilet was an outhouse that didn't have a door. You had to bring your own potty paper with you, probably. Sit on that, do your job, wipe off, move on. It got pretty crowded at times. Gesundheit. 2 showers? As opposed to the others. My father, John Tom Wright, became a chief petty officer 2 months prior to his 24th birthday, so that was in September, August, July. say July of 1944. He was the youngest man, supposedly, at that time, ever made Chief Petty Officer. So he made sure that everybody towed the line. And he was Chief Petty Officer on cruisers, battleships, and I think he was on a battleship, I won't swear to that, and aircraft carriers. I don't have a clue as to what's in these tanks, but I would assume that it's either oxygen or helium or hydrogen. There are fire hoses all over this ship. This is the sick ward where the guys that were really sick stayed. And 30 beds and one surgical bed for someone who just had surgery of whatever, you know, appendix, spleen. And this is the sick bay head. They had their own private toilets and sinks and showers. How about that? I hate that sign. Had tables set up for eating in the wardroom. This is the supply officer's personal stateroom. Flag office where all the memos to everybody on board ship were made and where all the messages from other ships were deciphered and dispensed. machine shop, buddy. This is where you would have been. And of course, I still hate that sign, please do not enter. Especially if somebody catches me. This is the stable vertical room where the gyroscopes are stabilized to tell whether or not the horizon moved.
Range of guns, 23 miles from the big guns.
So it could shoot these guns. The guns on this ship could shoot over the horizon. If the horizon's only 22 miles away, they could shoot 23 miles. So they could shoot beyond what they could see. The dash is a dot, and the dots are dit. So SOS is dit, da dit, da dit.
Original access to the compartment was through that.
Throughout these stages, various tests are performed to check tolerances and
That's the giant turntable that all those shells are put down. This is one container of 3 bags of gunpowder. It took 6 of those containers there to shoot off one of the 16-inch shells on those giant guns up on the deck. These are the bow anchors. Those great big monsters up there. In addition to the shore generator, I'm looking for the pets of the North Carolina, USS North Carolina. There's 2 alligators named Charlie and Charlene. And they are real, they're not fake. They come around occasionally. Now this is the front of the ship. They've got 6 guns on the front. Giant forward anchors. I wonder where the other one is. This is the bow of the ship. So I was correct when I said to begin with, the fantail was the back end of the ship. Okay, for some reason the radar is not running like it was a while ago. These mighty 16-inch guns are mounted on a turntable so that they can swivel from side to side. Dragon, do you have a magnetic compass on board? Do you have a can of beer near the magnetic compass? Do general quarters again. Louise lost it.
Sit in the captain chair, real chair.
You can't sit in my chair.
It's the right-hand seat, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm the captain. You're the navigator on this thing.
Water on the person.
There's an oil barge along the port side. Smoking lamp is out, which means you can't smoke. There's an oil barge coming up. As you are I want him to get busy or he'll be keel hauled.
Where are we headed, Captain?
We're headed to the nearest steakhouse.
Relay that order. As you are.
There's the whistle of the blackboard.
Direction. Two-thirds full.
I got it. And that thing can land and take off vertically with those props like that. That's an airplane, but he can take off and land vertically.